What's up? It's Lucas, and welcome to yet another video coming at you from Mexico. We're in Playa del Carmen for about another 3 weeks, and then we're in Tulum for an entire month, and then we're probably in Belize for a month, maybe 2 weeks, maybe Guatemala, maybe not, maybe back to Mexico. Who knows where we go next? My skin has not gotten used to this, as you can see. I'm red as can be, but that's besides the point, and I don't want to bore you with that. What I do want to talk about is a really common theme, and you probably hear me talk about this all of the time, is gratitude, or the feeling of appreciation. Not the logical, hey, here's a list of things I'm grateful for, but the feeling of appreciation, the feeling of joy, the feeling of love. And over the years, I've been a practitioner of this, I've been a student of this, and I have realized that the more and more wealthy and rich, and I'll get into that in a second, I felt there may have been a few week or a few month lag, but the money would come shortly after. And in fact, the less I focused on the money, the less I focused on the transaction, the less I focused on, I need these clients right now because I'm desperate for money, the less I focused on that, the more clients and the more money did end up in my bank account. And I always laugh at this because I felt rich. I had a healthy body, and I focused on that, a healthy, vibrant, energetic body that I've got all my limbs and I can actually do physical things with my arms and feet and move. I used to feel, and I'd spend hours feeling into the abundance and the gratitude and the appreciation for my creativity, and that my life is basically just one big fun adventure, and I get to create, and I get to build, and I get to work off my laptop, and I get to travel the world. And I focus every day on things like my team, how I literally see them as family, and I couldn't ask for better people to work with. I focus on creation and how can I create value. It's what I get to do every single day of my life. And the more I'm focused on that, and the less I'm focused on, well, how do I make a buck today, or how do I make some money, or I need some money, what's the balance sheet look like, what's the P&L look like, what are yearly profits look like, that is important, and the accountant deals with that. But the less I focus on that, and the more I focus on creation and getting into a state, getting into a feeling, getting into a vibration of love and creativity, the more things just seem to work themselves out. And in fact, they always do, don't they? Whether you like how they work out or whether you don't like how it worked out, they're always going to work out. And I remember in the first 2 or 3 years of my business, I struggled hard. Like, I had to sell my apartment. I had to sell everything I owned. I sold my motorcycles. I literally got into so much debt that I had one asset that I bought when I was on the rigs, one apartment, and I had to sell it to cover off that debt. And then I had to pick up 2 jobs. Struggling. And guess what my daily focus was on? How do I make money? Guess what most coaches and most people online are focusing on? How do I make money every day? They wake up thinking about it, they go to sleep thinking about it, they spend 10, 12 hours thinking about money or thinking about how to get clients. And what if we just shifted our focus into, yes, creating value, yes, creating programs, yes, problem solving or marketing. I'm not saying don't focus on that, just sit back and everything will come to you. We have our role to play when it comes to taking action. But the amount of action a human can take and the amount of action a universe can take, I mean, this pool isn't big enough to show the scale of the forces and the powers that be behind you. And what if we could tap into that? What if we could tap into that on a daily basis instead of fighting it all the time? And I know when I tapped into that, and it's such a big focus with our clients, is tapping into that. Clients are always like, I thought I signed up for a sales and a marketing program. And I'm like, yeah, it's that. But it's so much more than that, especially when we, the coach, are the product, which we are. We're the product. And so how we show up, the leaders that we become, the leadership roles we step into, how we show up in our lives vibrationally, how we show up emotionally, how we show up energetically, makes all the difference. Makes all the difference. And I know I'm just constantly doing my best to create an environment. For example, Canada no longer served me. And no matter what the consequence of moving and making things happen was, I knew I had to do it because my environment is everything. I want to be in an environment that naturally just moves me into inspiration. Now, when I first started my business, I was in a basement suite for like $500 a month, struggling to pay that. Going through a breakup, going through a whole bunch of stuff. But once I started understanding that, hey, yes, I'm going to do everything in my environment and in my little basement suite to create inspiring photos and artwork and clean my space. I'm going to do everything I can to clean up my computer and my browser. I'm going to control my environment with whatever I have around me, with whatever resources I have. And when that became my focus, as I expanded apartments and offices and got to travel the world and do all this fun stuff, it's still a big focus of mine. My environment, how am I showing up? How am I feeling? A lot of people brush their feelings aside, and that was me for a long time. Feelings are feedback. It's like if you touch a hot stove, your physical feelings will tell you that stove is hot. But if we're feeling horrible every single day, our feelings are giving us feedback that something is off. Now, we can't obviously always listen to feelings, but it's worth investigating. There's something there and it should not be ignored. And again, this is such a huge focus with clients, and it seems so, for many, it seems so, it's just out there. When you actually feel the tangible results of that, let me know in the comments if you have ever felt that you felt something before it happened. Or we just had a client do a $17,000 week, and I was interviewing him, asking him what happened. And it's so funny because this is almost all of the time this is true. There was a feeling of abundance, of extreme joy, of creativity, of complete surrender and letting go. And then bam, a $17,000 week. 3 high-ticket clients all in 1 week when he struggled for months to get clients. There's a science behind it, but even all of that aside, what you focus on grows. And if we're focusing on lack, on scarcity, on not having enough, on needing clients, then we're gonna create more of the same. You're gonna continue to need clients, you're gonna continue to not have enough money, and the second we focus into, I have everything I need, I'm fully supported. I am fully supported, I have everything I need, I'm gonna focus on creation, on service, on giving. You will find, and surrender, you'll find it infinitely easier. In fact, life can be as easy or hard as we make it. Business can be as easy or as hard as we make it. I have just learned this time over time over time until it sunk in to my subconscious. Through enough pain, you're gonna be forced to learn this, but I'm like, we can bypass the forcing to learn it, and we can just accept it and practice it, and it is a practice. Hope that helps. Wanted to share that. www.lucasrubix.com for absolutely anything else. If you're enjoying these videos, or if you'd like to continue or join me on my adventure through Mexico, Central America, we may even end up in South America. If you'd like to join the collective, a group, we have free groups full of coaches. Those are all free. You can check all that out at www.lucasrubix.com. Make sure you like this video. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. Does this ring true? Is this voodoo? Is this like, none of this works and that's just stupid? It's just a marketing angle? Or have you experienced that in your life where through a moment of surrender and peace and joy and love, getting what you wanted or creating a desired result became infinitely easier? If anything, it came pretty damn close to effortless. Let me know in the comments below, like this video, subscribe to this channel, and for absolutely anything else, do check out the Coaches U. We have recently done a whole flip for the Coaches U, and it is now a one-on-one program, a full-out one-on-one coaching program, and the reason we did that is we had a lot of clients and a lot of people saying, I want one-on-one support, and we were always limited by the group setting. We held very intimate groups, like these group calls were like 8 or 10 people, and that's the way we always kept them. I know many other programs you join and there's like 300 people, and they're like, oh, you get one-on-one support, but you actually don't. Our Coaches U was never like that, but we've taken one step further and made it a full-out one-on-one program. You get a head coach, you get one-on-one calls, and you get massive levels of accountability, support. We have a community we're building off of Facebook, so now you get an app and you get a much more personalized, distraction-free community where you can connect with your coaches, you can connect with other coaches in the program, and then after that, we also have a monthly mastermind that you're gonna have access to so we can keep connecting. No matter how long it takes, we're gonna support you, we're gonna build something great. So if you'd like to apply for that or check out the details, www.lucasrubix.com. And with that said, I'm gonna get out of here, go for a swim, and then who knows what I'm gonna do next. I'm gonna create, I'm gonna add value, and I'm gonna build something beautiful, and I'm gonna stay focused on that feeling because it is so much easier to build if you're building a business or you're trying to build an empire or you're trying to create something extraordinary. It's we can force it, which I did for many years, and ultimately it'll just burn you out and tire you out. Or you can surrender to it. You can do your part in the creation process, but you can remember that your part in the creation process is about this big, and the universes and the powers that be, and God and Mother Nature's is infinite. I mean, this pool doesn't do it justice. Lean into that, step into that. Let me know how it feels, and let me know the results you get from that. Peace.